Hey guys, it's Charlie, and in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the Ice Pod by the Pod Company. Now, this is a really cool ice bath that I'm really excited about. The reason why is because it is so affordable, at least compared to other options on the market. Now, I know this because I spent about $5,000 on an ice bath myself, and this one comes in at just about $1,000, and that includes the chiller as well as the actual container thing. So let's talk specs first. I have the standard version of the chiller. There's also a pro version. So the current pricing right now is about $1,000 for the standard version and $1,500 for the pro. Now, the difference is in the power of the two different devices. So the standard version is a third of a horsepower and the pro version is half a horsepower. That means that the pro version cools a bit faster, about 2 times as fast as the standard. And with the standard, we can get it down to about 41 degrees Fahrenheit, and the pro version gets down to 39 degrees. So just a little bit cooler. Now, both are going to come with the same tub that looks just like this. There's a few different versions you guys can choose from, but I recommend the one that comes all the accessories. It's the same price, so yeah, you might as well get it. You guys can see this one comes with this insulation thing right here that really helps to keep the water cold. It also comes with this pretty cool inflatable cover, so that basically goes on top like this. The really cool thing about this type of setup is that you don't actually need the chiller, although I do recommend getting one. If you get this device without the chiller, it's just going to be this thing, and what you're going to do is you're going to put ice into this. So it really helps to keep it cold for at least a few days using this and using this insulation cover over here. But for anyone that's doing ice baths at least a few times a week, I definitely recommend get the thing with the chiller because it's going to make your life a lot easier. It's going to save you a ton of time, and I think overall you're going to save a good amount of money. Okay, so this tub is really cool because it's inflatable. It's about 8 pounds, and if you're curious about the size, this one is 32 inches wide, so it's pretty portable. It fits on most balconies. You guys can see I'm at my apartment right now, and it holds about 105 gallons of water. They say that you can be as tall as 6'9" and still fit comfortably into this, but I'll show you guys how I fit in it later. I'm about 5'10". Now you guys can see over here, this is the chiller unit. It's really small, really compact. You have 2 tubes coming out of it that go into the actual tub right here, and we have a 20 micron filter that basically keeps the water clean for a lot longer. Now I do recommend getting the water maintenance kit. You guys can get that on their website. It's going to allow you to basically use the same water for at least a few months, right? You don't need to change the water out for months, which saves a lot of time. And yeah, I'm lazy, so I do not like doing that. Okay, so now I'm gonna get into the actual tub and show you guys what it's like. All right, so let's get in. I always get a little bit nervous before I do this, but deep and slow breathing seems to help. But yeah, I'm just gonna step in. Okay, all right, and then I'm basically gonna lower myself down into the ice pod. Okay. All right. Yeah, so this is actually really nice. It's a ton of space. So it's a little bit different than some of the other ice baths on the market, meaning that it's more of like a vertical tub rather than a thing that looks like a bathtub. For example, like the cold plunge, it looks like a bathtub. The Edge Theory tub, it also sort of looks like a bathtub. This one's more like a cylinder. So that basically means that your legs are going to be bent. It's actually really comfortable. I love the fact that this is inflatable because it means that it's not hard, it's soft. And yeah, every time I do an ice bath like this, sorry guys, it's a little cold. I do it for 3 minutes. That's like the standard that I've been doing for the last 1+ years. And then as far as temperature, I like to keep it at about 50 degrees. You can definitely get colder, especially with this machine right here. But for me, 50 seems to be the sweet spot where I'm not shivering for a long time after, and I still get the effects of doing ice baths. Okay, so I'm holding a mic, obviously, so I can't really bring my hands in, but this is me with my butt touching the ground. So it's all the way up to my neck, which is really great because you definitely want to keep your neck submerged. And yeah, this is a lot of room. I think you could honestly fit 2 people in here if you really squeezed, but they recommend it just for 1 person. I also like that it keeps the water circulating. So there are 2 tubes that connect from this tub into the chiller. Basically, it shoots water out from this top one right here, and then it basically draws water back into the chiller unit using the one down here. So I really like this because it actually circulates the water. It makes it feel a little bit colder than it actually is, and that's a good thing. You guys will notice that if you're just using a tub that doesn't have any circulation, your body's going to create some type of thermal layer around yourself, and it's going to make yourself actually feel sort of warm. So having the constantly moving water is actually really beneficial for your ice baths. But yeah, why do I actually use ice baths? So the first reason is because it actually makes everything else a lot easier, and the reason why is because getting into an ice bath is hard mentally. So if you can train yourself to you know, be able to withstand cold water like this, then you can basically do anything else, right? You can run more, you can probably work harder, you can have crazier workouts. Yeah, there's a huge mental aspect to ice bathing. The other thing ice baths are good for is it's actually really good for your body. So it helps me recover. When I hit the gym really hard, being able to ice bath, not directly after I work out, but at least 4 hours after, helps me recover faster. It feels really good after I get out. It also helps you sleep better. And yeah, there are tons and tons of different health benefits that come with ice baths. There's a lot of studies that have been done on ice baths. And so yeah, that's why I think for anyone that, you know, has not tried doing ice baths, definitely try it. This is the most affordable way to have an ice bath that is always constantly on, always constantly at the same exact temperature. And the price point, it's not even comparable to the other options that are available on the market. Okay, so I'm gonna get out right now. Ooh. All right. Feeling good. Always feel really good after I get out. You guys might be thinking, if this is so much cheaper than the other options on the market, is it actually that much worse? Now, there are definitely some cons to it compared to the really expensive ones. For example, this one doesn't get hot and cold. My $5,000 unit does. But if you're not using it for a hot tub, then yeah, you might as well save 80% on the device. Also, it doesn't go as low in temperature as some of the other options out there. 39 or 41 degrees is, in my opinion, still way too cold. Like, I can't do it that cold, so it's totally fine. But if you're trying to hit 37 degrees or lower, then yeah, you might want to spring for one that has more power than this. But for most people, I'd say for 96% of you guys watching this video, a 1/3 or a 1/2 horsepower device should be plenty. Also, if you guys are in a super warm climate where it's above 85 degrees constantly, then I would actually go for the Pro version of this. It's going to be able to keep and maintain the temperature a little bit better since it's more powerful. But for everyone else, for example, I'm in California, it's usually like 70 degrees. This one is plenty. In terms of the chiller sound, it's really quiet. The standard version is a bit more quiet than the Pro version. This one has the same decibels as a fridge, and then the Pro version is going to be a little bit louder. So really, really quiet. This is what it sounds like if you guys can hear. And yeah, if you guys are tight on space, for anyone that has an apartment, this is a great unit because, like I said earlier, it's vertical. It's not like a big bathtub. To drain this thing, it's super easy. There's a plug down there. You just open it up. You can connect it to a hose, drain it to a sink, whatever you want to do. The setup process was really easy. It's basically just an inflatable thing with poles. We set it up in maybe like 20, 30 minutes. Filling up with water took a bit longer since I'm living in an apartment. So we basically had to take buckets and buckets of water. Basically what we did was we used these. We filled it with water in the sink and then we just poured it into here. But yeah, if you guys live in a house where you have access to a hose, then filling this is extremely, extremely easy. Let me show you guys what this looks like with the cover on. So I'm gonna put this here. For this to be the most effective, you want this to actually touch the water. So it's, you know, creating that type of layer. And then we have this right here. And this basically latches on to these things right here. I'm not going to do it because I'm holding this mic and it's going to be a little tough to set up, but yeah, you guys get the point. So yeah, that's basically a review of the iCepod. If you guys are interested in checking this out, we'll have a link down below. If you guys do use that link, it will help support the channel. And yeah, hopefully this gave you guys a better idea of what it's like to have an iCepod, what the differences are between the standard as well as the Pro version, and sort of what this whole thing looks like set up. Honestly, this thing is gigantic, even though it doesn't take up that much space. It's gonna fit everyone watching this video. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys got some value from the video, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe for more content just like this. So we do a ton of interviews and reviews on this channel, just a bunch of random stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.